Hi, we are Group 6 and today we will be playing a game with Group 5. The objective of this game is to highlight the power of communication, especially because the value of communication resides with the receiver, and we hope to demonstrate that with this game. This is Ramadan, he is the team leader for Group 5 and I will be giving him the instructions for this game. So you have 4 more team members in your team.
Yes.
They will each be divided into 2 teams, so you will have 2 members in each team. Each of them will be blindfolded.
Okay.
And 2 members will also have their legs tied together. So it's going to be a 3-legged walk, so to speak. And your task is to get them from the start line to the finish line using only verbal instructions.
Okay.
Okay? So it will be to cross over all of these obstacles. And when you come under this table, they duck under the table, which forms another obstacle. And then they turn over here and we'll give you a pattern for them to draw on each of these papers. So one team member will draw this, the other team member will draw this, same on the other side. You will tell them, so draw a circle, draw a circle, draw a triangle inside, you know, we'll give you the pattern to draw. And then you go right through the obstacle race again. And then when you reach the end, this is the thing that you have. So what marks the finish line is them picking up this particular object and dropping it in the thing. That marks the end of the road.
Okay, so... Hello guys, so told me the game. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy, so we can do it. So the only thing that is going to be that width of line, so people need to stand each other. We are going to bite either from the knees or from the ankles, so you can either choose which is going to feel more comfortable for you. There are some obstacles are in rectangle, some obstacles are in triangle, so you need to press those with your first and then you bring your second leg next to it, and your partner who is going to do the knees to do the same. Any questions?
Many, but okay.
Let's go and do it then. You ready?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, you're on my left, Arele, and you guys on my right. So because my face is totally turned to you, I'm not turning my back to you. So okay, left and right, ready to go.
Yeah.
When you are, just start.
Okay.
Okay, Arele, there is a box just in front of you, so you need to make a little bit long step with your left feet, but it needs to be up like 30, 40 or 40, 50 centimeters.
Can I stay here?
Yeah, you can just stay until she makes her move, okay? Joanna, there is a very close triangle just in front of you. Before moving your left feet to the front, I want you just to raise it high and make a, how to say, a long step to the front.
To the front. Okay.
Yes, please.
Please help me. To the front.
Yes. Yes, it's safe. Yes. So everybody just did that walk. So we are just sitting more. Hold on a second, John, you need to come a little bit to your right because you're going to their left. Okay, you can stand up. Congratulations, guys. Just imagine how you need to take your
Can I go
left
ahead to help?
Yeah, you can go, you can just stand next to her, but don't go so much. Okay. It's 40 centimeters.
40 centimeters is my height.
40 centimeters is not your height. My shoe size is 30 centimeters. Go on. Okay. Up. And yes, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. And now come to the triangle. Come, hold it.
Okay.
Up, front, leave it.
Yay.
Up, front, 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 left, 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 drop. Congratulations, you can stand up, guys.
Nice.
Can we take the blindfold?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so hello Team 5. As per the game that we have played yesterday, we have to give you some feedback on the basis of that. And the first model we have chosen to give the feedback is Tuckman's model. And as we saw at the very beginning, while introducing the challenge, Group 5 displayed a good approach to the storming and norming phases of the Tuckman's model. The team leader displayed effective communication in preparing his team for the tasks ahead. And the planning stage, you established the duck walk technique and to go under the obstacle. However, we graded it only satisfactory because better techniques could have been used while playing the entire game. While playing the task, players were like blindfolded and tied with each other. Thus, they were completely dependent on the leader's instructions. So, the things like giving each team a name or number could have worked better, and the clearer instructions like proceeding with their inside leg or outside leg would have been more better, because we saw that players were getting confused while understanding the instructions. Eventually the group was collaborative and figured out the way of working together based on their comfort levels. Comparing to the first portion of avoiding the obstacles, the group displayed improved performance level in later stage of the game with greatly reduced number of obstacle hitting while walking. So,
Oh yeah.
Okay, for the part of team energy, under pressure of the challenge, all players aim to complete the mission. According to state theory, both leader and members' actions demonstrate intellectual and physical energy. There was a positive correlation between the leader explaining the details to the members. All play commitment happening during playing the game. Moreover, all players encourage each other, which can be seen from complimenting when members were successful in completing the obstacle, or some members making jokes with the leader to reduce the tension in the game, which reflect the creation of emotional and spiritual energies in the team. Thank you.
Okay, now to continue, we would use Lencioni's 5 dysfunctions. In 5 dysfunctions of a team, Lencioni suggests that there's no team without trust. Trust in the form of psychological safety is the greatest indicator of team performance. There were several small mistakes done by the team leader and team members in relations to communication, misunderstanding of orders, or technical mistakes. But the orders continued to be heard and conducted through the whole process of the game, beginning from start until finish, which indicates an adequate level of trust within the group, shown by the marks on the feedback form, as later you will see. The team members showed vulnerability by comments during the brief made by the team leader that they trusted the team leader's orders. During the team leader's brief with this team, there were minor conflicts. The team collaborated with each other to pair up according to their comfort levels and supported each other through different language level barriers. Lack of commitment. The overall team showed high level of commitment by sharing the same, feigning buy-in for the goals of the game. There were no signs of avoidance of accountability. There were no calling team members out on mistakes or blaming for the several mistakes conducted throughout the process of the game. In attention to result, the team showed excellent focus in the team success. So there was no individual basis or merit for the whole game. To summarize, based on Lencioni's method, the team did a good job and met the idea of a perfect team. Thank you.
So, additional comments on the latter part of your scorecard. Basically, the team dealt with external environmental factors. We know the temperature was quite warm in the room and uncomfortable, but you stuck together and powered through and didn't let it affect your emotions. So that was great. It shows a good level of commitment to each other and the team. Even though you guys were blindfolded, the team was successful in creating an environment of psychological safety because it seemed like you kept each other in check and you were trusting each other. And you trusted mostly your leader to get you through the obstacles and keep you safe. On the flexibility score we put it as unsatisfactory. It was only because there's a certain rigidity in the way that some of the instructions were communicated. Like the drawing challenge, it seemed to get a little bit difficult, and we understand it was one of the toughest parts of the challenge for sure. But it did have a little bit of guidance from the team leader, so when you had to try to help with the hands because the instructions might have been a little bit tough to relate, so that's why it's good to be a little bit more flexible and try and think of a different way sometimes to relay the instructions. Then for the final challenge, through instruction of specifically which hands to pick up the object with. So there was a time when it was said to use the left hand, no, use right hand, and it was just either works, but so a little flexible, like whatever the people are comfortable with sometimes. That seems to be roughly the only inflexibility. Otherwise, you seem to work well with each other. And we did also look at this from the scope of a transactional analysis. We believe that Ramadan and your team leader acted in line with being in the adult role. So when the group stumbled or hit an obstacle, it wasn't being overly critical, and everyone seemed to be nice and calm. And when it was time to encourage the group, it wasn't overly coddling, if you would be, like as an overly supportive parent. It was very nice and neutral. It kept everybody moving forward and kept the atmosphere very nice and on a team basis. So we definitely think that you are quite the adult. All right, and if you'd like now, we can show you our scorecard.
To address the first question on our group assignment as to how and why we chose this particular game, we as a team were looking to convey the power of communication in two key aspects. One, that the value of communication resides with the receiver, and two, the importance of trust and collaboration when working together. In order to address the first aspect, we needed to create a situation where two sets of people will be given the same instructions so that we could observe their individual reactions to it. Creating an obstacle navigation path with two tracks and two teams helped us create this situation. For the second aspect, we introduced the blindfold and had their legs tied together in order to demonstrate trust and collaboration between the team members.
On behalf of our team, I would like to answer the second question of how and why we choose the feedback template. Throughout the feedback process, we as a team have tried to cover the various aspects of Boost feedback framework. As far as the design of feedback template is concerned, we have tried to use three models that have been covered in the course. Tuckman's model of team development stages, team energies by Radcliffe, and Lencioni's model of team dysfunctions. Feedback based on Tuckman's model focuses on overall journey of team through various stages of team formation and execution, covering the entire life cycle of the task. Radcliffe's model of team energies focuses especially on how well the team members were able to collaborate and work together in synergy. The Lencioni model in particular focuses on the presence of any dysfunctions within the team. This helps to highlight any specific drawbacks that team needs to improve on. Overall, evaluating the team fight's performance through 3 different lenses helped us to analyze and identify different aspects of team performance and enabled us to provide a more holistic feedback.
So my feedback in general for the assignment was, and the course in general, was the ability for our group to follow the Tuckman's stages of development in terms of the storming, forming, norming, and performing, as well as a bit of a joining. Our group was able to come together, and as we were talking throughout the week in lectures, that it was very important for the success of our group in order to succeed in our task, which I think we did. We were able to storm effectively, to come up with a few different ideas which we were ending up able to combine and use together in the form of our final challenge. Ultimately, the norming stage where we established our roles was a great success, and it was great to see this actually happening as opposed to just reading about it or hearing about it in a lecture. In terms of the performing, I think we did a great job. All of the group members performed well. The task ended up going very successfully, and I think we've been able to learn a lot about teamwork in general and forming teams, storming, norming, performing. So yeah, it's been a great project, great course, and I think we will take a lot of this away on our future professional.
Hello, this is Aditi Mengre, and I'm going to reflect on my learnings from Talking to Teams module. From the teaching week and group exercise, I've learned 3 important things about effective communication and teamwork. From Lencioni's model of 5 dysfunctions, I have learned that trust is a very important factor in team building. I observed that our entire group task was built on trust. If team members can trust each other, they can put forward their opinions without any fear of creating conflict. Moreover, trust facilitates individual accountability, thereby increasing commitment and improving performance. The second thing I have learned is importance of emotional and spiritual energy from the Radcliffe model. I have always been a task-oriented and analytical person. I believed intellectual and physical energies are crucial for the project to be successful. However, participating in a team building exercise helped me understand the importance of emotional and spiritual energy. The level of team engagement depends on how well they are taken care of by their leaders. Hence, emotional intelligence of a team leader plays a vital role in making any team successful. Lastly, the Belbin model helped me understand the 9 team role behaviors. This model has helped me appreciate the need to have a team with diverse personality types, with each personality type having a unique role in achieving the task objectives. This course has not only given me insights about my communication style, but also it has helped me to understand the areas of improvement. Thank you.
Hi. During the course on Talking to Teams, for me, there were many aha moments when the various theories were being presented. We worked together in our groups throughout the week on various exercises, and I could literally see the theories being played out among my teammates. Being a blue person, someone who needs structure and clarity, I have found communication to be rather difficult on both personal and professional fronts when somehow I could not get my thoughts and views translated to the other side in the way that I had intended it to be. Very often I think I have conveyed it clearly, and it frustrated me when it was interpreted differently. Commander's intent. If nothing else, the one thing that I take away from this course is that the value of communication resides with the receiver. Simon Sinek also has a theory on the importance of why, and this resonated strongly with me. And once we actually had a bit of a think about why we're doing this course and our motivation behind it, I had so much more fun in actually carrying out the exercises and being more participative in class. The third key learning for me in this course is about the importance of listening and keeping an open mind in communication, especially in teamwork. Keeping these three things in mind while working with my team to carry out the group assignment helped reduce frustration levels greatly, and it created an atmosphere of good emotional energy among the team. By making a conscious effort to keeping this in mind and tailoring my communication accordingly, I believe it will make me much more successful in effective communication going forward.
I have found this team's management course and team assignment to be an excellent knowledge addition to improve my ability in inspiring and motivating individuals, and furthermore to reflect in my position within a team. Models such as Lencioni open my perspective on how the dysfunctions of a team exist, such in a case when me and my team members were holding back on being a leader by showing levels of giddy, enthusiastic gestures. It could be interpreted as a sign of avoidance. And upon observing opposite team, when we witness signs of relentless eye and body contact as a sign of disengagement. By realizing that small detailed gestures may lead to further dysfunctions within the team, I am now more aware to put attention to it. Moreover, by learning that individuals have different personality traits, different ways of communicating would establish the correct way in engaging individuals, be it with an extrovert or introvert. Thank you.
What I learned from this program can be divided into three issues. First of all, it is the stages of development modeled by Tuckman. Practicing using development skill in the team building exercise activities helps me to know the importance and benefits of systematic developing process clearly. Another point is creating trust in team issues, which is one of the essential factors in achieving the goal of teamwork. According to Lencioni theory, I think the trust in the teamwork is fundamental to solve any business objective with my teamwork. Lastly, is the team energy concept. Not only planning and achieving the business goals, encouraging and caring teammates are also important, especially in advertisement business, which is my field. So I think that creating emotional energy and spiritual energy to my team would be an excellent way to inspire my colleagues to develop good ideas for advertising. Thank you.